Salut à tous les amis, on est de retour pour la suite de notre aventure sur Black Mirror. On s'était arrêté ici la fois dernière et on va continuer à discuter avec la femme de chambre. Donc je pense qu'on va discuter avec elle quelque part.
Talking to me makes her very nervous, and I have nothing to ask her right now.
Ah, je peux rien lui dire. D'accord. Donc il faudra faire autre chose. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire avec elle pour l'instant? Elle est toujours là. Alors l'objectif c'était... Qui était donc ce garçon? Découvrir ce que c'est Ilsa et retrouver la tombe du tableau.
Elsa knows more about my father than she dares tell me. I'd better earn her trust now. She might return to the village once the weather clears.
D'accord, il faut que je lui parle, mais le problème c'est... Elle a pas l'air convaincue pour l'instant.
Shall we?
Ah c'est bon, elle arrive. Ok. Let's go. D'accord, moi je te suis. Alors là c'est de la totale découverte, hein. Je connais pas cette partie là. La première fois que j'ai joué à ce jeu, je m'étais arrêté justement avant que je parle à la dame là. Donc voilà.
Let's see what we can find down here. Harsh as it may seem, a proper serving of fire is the only way to get rid of such a widespread infestation. This is as close as I get. Otherwise, I'll have them crawling all over me. I have to find a way to eliminate them altogether.
Okay.
How cruel of Mr. McKinnon to send her down here alone.
Ok. Bon, il faut que je trouve un moyen de faire quelque chose.
Raw spirit.
De l'alcool, très bien.
Not particularly palatable, but good for cleaning and magic tricks.
Ok.
The water of life. Some of these whiskies are from local distilleries.
Mhm.
Ooh, a lot of blood for just one animal. Looks fresh.
Master Eddie's work. He and Mr. McKinnon put it here earlier. Poor beastie.
Eddie. Another family member I've yet to meet.
Mhm.
Not the most hygienic workstation. A hunting map. Looks like they've been poaching outside the Gordon estate.
D'accord. Un d'autre par là. Un par ici. Y a rien par là.
How cruel of Mr. McKinnon to send her down here alone. Step right up!
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
Tu as fait peur.
Sorry, did that scare you, Elsa? I didn't think... Huh.
And you are?
Edward Mallory. You may call me Edward III.
So this is Cousin Eddie. He seems...
Welcome to my castle.
as terrible as the rest of them. My castle indeed. Pleased to meet you, Eddie. So, your parents would be my aunt and uncle Clara and Victor. Are they...
Dead. Dead as doornails, the pair of them.
Lovely. You've lived here all your life, so you would have met my father.
Only after he lost what marbles he had left. If it were up to me, I'd have locked him up in the loony bin a bit sooner.
Locked him up?
So what are you doing down here anyway?
There's a line between honesty and rudeness that Cousin Eddie doesn't seem to recognize. I was helping Miss Crannan.
Oh, why didn't you ask me?
Excuse me, sir. Sirs, I really have to go.
Leaving so soon? Was it something I said? They all tend to act like that in the presence of nobility.
You said something about a loony bin?
I did. Oh. Oh, you don't know.
Well?
Well, never you mind. I have an animal to prepare.
I'm getting very tired of everyone in this house avoiding my questions.
Ouais, bon, en même temps, tu vas faire quoi?
There's something you should know, sir. Something important. I overheard them talking, and
You're paid to work, not chat. Get to it, girl.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. Library, after dinner.
At last.
Ok.
I might get some answers.
Très bien. Ouais, on peut rien à faire ici, je pense. Ok. Retrouver la tombe qui était ce garçon. La salle à manger, elle était où déjà? Je crois que c'était à l'étage, il me semble. Je suis pas sûr. Hein. Mais ça doit être à l'étage. Si je m'en souviens bien, ça doit être par là. Ou alors de l'autre pièce, de l'autre côté. À la bibliothèque, ça. À mon avis, elle est pas encore là. Hein. Ouais, elle a dit après dîner, donc c'est pas tout de suite. Ouais, c'est pas maintenant. Je sais même plus où est-ce qu'était la salle à bouffer. Je crois que c'était en premier, hein, il me semblait. À un moment donné, je devais descendre. Ah non! Elle est toujours là, elle. Je crois que c'était là. Ouais, voilà, c'était là.
If the old man I saw was really my grandfather Edward, then the boy must be... I need to find out if that really was him I saw.
Ok. Faut que je fasse quoi ici? Y'a rien par là. Là c'est là où j'étais tout à l'heure. Ouais, donc c'est pas par là. Peut-être par là.
It's working. Has it been repaired? Or did Andrew lie to me?
Où est-ce que je peux aller? Non. Je vais essayer peut-être de retourner dans ma chambre. Ouais, c'était pas aussi sombre que ça l'autre fois. Enfin, aussi clair. Oh.
Let's see if my trusty key will get this open. Not like this.
Ah bon? Bah comment alors?
Not like this.
Attends. C'est cette clé, non? Je sais même pas si c'est cette clé. Elle ressemble à quoi cette clé? Ah, c'est pas clair, hein.
Not like this.
Aucune idée. Il y a plein d'autres à fouiller ici, je crois. Non, il n'y a rien. On verra ça après. On fouille, on va voir hein, ce qu'on peut trouver. Hein. Ok. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire? Faut que je trouve les personnes là. Hein. Faut qu'il y a rien à faire de ce côté-là non plus. Oh. Non, même pas. Non, rien à faire dans la chambre. Il est où l'espèce de majordome là, McKinnon? C'est lui que je dois chercher, je pense. Mais je sais pas où il est. Non, là il n'y a personne. Ils doivent être tous en bas. À moins que... À moins qu'en haut, je peux ouvrir. Non, toujours pas. Non, ok, bon. Alors là, aucune idée de ce que je dois faire. Hein. À part examiner ça qu'on a fait plusieurs fois.
But how? Grandfather Edward died before I was even born. Then he'd be in his 70s if he was still alive.
Je sais plus où aller. Je suis paumé. À moins que... Ah, on peut partir. Ah bah d'accord, c'est bon. J'ai trouvé le chemin. Enfin on est dehors. Ouf. Ah c'est bon.
Finally, some fresh air.
Oh c'est bien de sortir dehors, putain. On peut descendre par là, mais attendez. Je vais faire un petit tour par là quand même. Oh, une voiture. Oh. Ok. va faire un petit peu de tour là.
You could tell it was me.
Ah, il est là lui.
Your footsteps. I ken the walk of everyone here.
Wow, that's rather incredible.
Aye, that it is, laddie. That it is. I hear better than most. See more than most and all.
Father had a similar toolbox. Back when he still fixed things around the house. When you talked about what they did to my father, what did you mean?
You shouldn't have come back. You canna go through what he did as a bairn and no be sick.
So his hospitalization was justified then?
Not for me to say. Before you think of putting down roots here, you should think on what the poison grown here did to your father. You can?
No, not really.
If you dinna mind, this door will no mend itself.
I'll leave you to it then.
Ok.
Probably didn't look much better before the storm. Must be hard to look after the plants when you can barely see them.
Ouais, ça c'est sûr. Ah. Ok.
I can see why Rory likes this place. This view should ease even the most troubled soul. A sturdy enough vessel, if you trust your swimming skills.
Des photos de partout là. Des collectibles. Il y a rien de ce côté-là. J'explore, hein, j'avance, je regarde. Je peux pas aller par là. Ah d'accord, je reviens de ce côté-là, d'accord. Je vais juste voir ce qu'il y a de l'autre côté. Ah oui, mais je viens par là, je suis con. Je vais voir ce qu'il y a par là. Ok, ça me ramène par ici. Très bien. On va fouiller là-bas alors. Hein. Alors ce qui s'y passe à beau fond. Ouh, je me rappelle cette zone. Je l'ai vu dans le plan. La tombe elle est là.
Nobody left to mourn the dead or care for their graves, it seems.
C'est là qu'il regardait.
I've seen this before. In the painting. This is the grave I saw in that waking dream or whatever it was. The grave my father buried something in as a boy. Who's buried here? If I could just... Ah! These vines are too thick. I need something to cut through these.
Ok. Faut que je trouve un objet pour couper ça. Ouais, je sais combien de photos bizarres là. Je peux aller. Là, je peux pas y aller. On va essayer d'aller par là. Il n'y a rien. Il n'y a rien par là. Ok. On va rentrer dans la chapelle. Peut-être qu'il y a quelque chose.
Locked with a padlock. Andrew will have a key, but I'm not keen on waiting for his return. Locked with a padlock.
Ouais. Très bien. bien. Bon, avec quoi je pourrais retirer...
I need something to cut through these.
Je crois que le mec... le vieux, il a peut-être quelque chose. On va retourner le voir.
Rory's tools. A hammer, a tenon saw, a bolt cutter. All a bit rusty, but in good order. Rory's tools.
Prends.
A hammer, a tenon saw, a bolt cutter. All a bit rusty, but in good order.
Coupe... ouais, c'est plutôt une coupe qu'il me faut.
May I borrow your bolt cutter?
Maybe. If I ken what you need it for.
On va mentir, allez hop.
I need to get into the chapel.
Then maybe you should get yourself a key rather than destroying her ladyship's property.
Donne-moi le coupe-boulon, s'il te plaît.
The graveyard. Is it a family plot?
Aye. No matter how high and mighty, all the Gordons end up there.
A cheery thought. It's a shame we do not have the means to properly care for the graves.
Why bother? His bones and food for worms.
May I borrow your bolt cutter?
Maybe. If I ken what you need.
J'aurais pas dû mentir.
The graves. I would like to tidy them up. That way I can pay my respects properly.
Is that a fact? Why's that then?
They are my family. They deserve to be remembered.
Fair enough, laddie. Just
Okay.
grab it yourself, will ye?
Merci. J'aurais peut-être pas dû mentir parce qu'à mon avis, il a plus la clé maintenant. Ouais. Pour rentrer dans la chapelle après.
Better. Cecilia Shaw Nee Gordon. Aunt Cecilia. Now, let's see if there's something really buried in here. Another piece of the castle model.
Oh!
Another part of the model. And it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child?
Y'a pas un truc à déverrouiller là?
Another part
Non,
of the
d'accord,
model.
j'ai compris, j'ai
And
compris.
it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child?
Ouais. Allez. Oh, ça revient au même. T'as besoin de clé. Ok.
Father, I hope you found your peace. Were you sick, like they say you were? Or the victim of this curse? This curse of the Gordons? Whatever it is, I think you may have passed it on to me.
Ok.
place is crumbling. Not the safest spot to pray.
Ok. Je peux pas aller là. C'est en allant là sur la plateforme. Ouais.
Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, as laid down by Sir Drummond Gordon, the year of our Lord, 1413.
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial. Enigmatic, elaborately carved Pictish stones stand as timeless evidence of this. As for the locals, they appear prideful of the counsel they delight in giving to visitors. Traveler, beware. The Celtic peoples arrived in this place like a great beast, bringing with them the bloodlines that would eventually spawn the Gordon clan. Using their superior numbers, knowledge, and machines of war, they swiftly conquered the primeval Picts. With them, they brought too their religion and druid clerics. The magics these wise men used did shape forever the lands, even until this present day. It is said that the sempiternal burden our family carries rose at that time. 'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome did fail to tame the wayward Scots, that they did even raise a barrier to protect their mighty empire. What is seldom told is the truth behind their defeat. Our ancestors drew upon ancient powers to aid their victory. Powers not easily fathomed by the fragile human mind. This aid did come at the greatest of costs. A debt as yet unsettled. A price we will continue to pay until the last Gordon passes to dust. For the centuries, we Gordons made the land our own. Others did bow to us, as we kept the secrets of Skahandu, the secrets of the Black Mirror. Even as tragedy and madness did fester in our foundations, we held fast and steered the land through vile English attack and worse. In time, the Gordons and the land became one.
Some pages have been ripped out. The only thing left seems to be some kind of family oath.
In blood we are bound to the land we protect. To the truths we alone may conceal. I shall forfeit my life. Lest my clan should suffer, I shall forfeit my spirit to hold the darkness at bay. In blood we are bound till the day of the reckoning.
What on earth? Where's the call coming from?
Je fais pas confiance ça. C'est quoi ça?
Is this what madness feels like? It can't be real.
D'accord, où est-ce qu'on est encore là? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce délire?
All this looks like the bottom of a lake.
Ouais, ça ressemble à un fond de la lac, ouais.
What are you trying to show me? She's not holding a baby, but some heavy object to weigh herself down.
Ah, attends, tourne.
I feel like I've missed something. I feel like I've missed something.
Ah bon. Je comprends pas. Il faut que j'attrape peut-être un truc là, non?
There's a fresh wound across her stomach. The figure up there must be Edward.
Je comprends que dalle. Il y a le mec là-haut, mais... Ah, je peux pas aller plus loin. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Il y a le mec là-haut, mais... Je comprends que dalle. Ah!
A note. I'm taking my baby with me to save it from this rotten family.
Oui! Ouch! Ow! Oh merde! C'est qui ça? C'est la femme de chambre?
Are you all right?
Ah non.
Did you see her? She drowned.
Calm down, you're in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said to me.
What? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Leah Faber. I treated your father at the asylum.
The asylum?
Let's get you back to the castle and make sure you are all right.
Mhm.
What's this about an asylum?
As I said, your father was admitted.
Why? Who did that to him?
I did. But unfortunately, he managed to escape.
What? Hold on a minute. How dare you come in here and...
Told you? Your father was a madman. A complete and utter madman. Don't mind me. Please continue.
Il est toujours là, lui.
What did you come here for?
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet, and there are some things I still need to make my peace with.
Well, what right did you have to lock my father up in a madhouse?
I was his doctor. I understand you are in shock, but you have no right to speak to me in such a way. I was trying to help him.
He's dead. Capital job.
Now, hold on just a minute.
Quelqu'un a crié.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! No! No!
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Oh merde. La femme de chambre. Et bien, allez donc.
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing in the morning. What an unfortunate accident.
An accident? You think so? Just after the madman's son turned up at our door.
And yet you were the one standing over her body with blood on your hands.
How dare you? I was too late. I was trying to help her. She...
There, my sweet boy. Let's get you to bed. Angus, would you?
Of course, ma'am.
I think we will all benefit from a good night's sleep.
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me. I'm the only one on your side when it comes to your father's death.
Lady Margaret certainly isn't. But if I told you what I saw in the chapel, you'd have me in a padded cell, just like my father. So, what was my father like when you locked him up?
I didn't just lock him up, I tried to help him. Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me. It was to prevent any further violent outbursts. Or so Lady Margaret had said, but something felt wrong, even then.
Why did you come here? To make sure my father was successfully in the ground?
With all due respect, Mr. Gordon, I will not allow you to speak to me or about my work in such a tone. I tried everything I could to aid your father. He was convinced he was carrying some ancient curse, that he was being haunted by evil. I wish I had reached him, had been able to help him.
So do I. You weren't the only one who couldn't reach him. You're a persistent one, aren't you? Maybe if I threw you a bone, you'd get off my back. Father was obsessed with the history of the family for as long as I can remember.
Did your father actually believe his family was out to get him?
Who knows? I think what scared him was beyond the physical. He used to babble about a dark force threatening him and our family.
Was that why he moved you to India? To get as far away as possible?
I believe so.
And yet, here you are, in the very place he sought to protect you from.
Who knows? Maybe there is an ancient evil in this place. An evil that drags us back no matter how far away we get. Even from the other side of the world.
And what do you think? Was your father right? Are there things beyond the physical?
I have other things to worry about right now. Things like a drowning woman floating in thin air. If you really want to help me, I need to find out what the maid knew. What Lady Margaret and Angus didn't want her to tell me.
You believe it got her killed?
Maybe. What I saw in the chapel, it has to be real. She must have drowned herself down at the loch. Because if it's all in my mind, like father, like son.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
Allez, go.
Angus will have the key. Unless we can find another way in.
Ah.
Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself.
Okay. Ouais, le problème, c'est que je suis dans le noir maintenant. Attendez. Enquête sur la mort, on apprend plus sur la qui s'est... D'accord. Maintenant, Angus, il est où? Ah, t'es là, toi. C'est elle qui va me guider, là. Y'a rien à fouiller, là. Là, je peux avancer dans le noir, ça n'avancera pas. Attendez, j'ai peut-être une petite maquette que j'ai récupérée. Viens ici avec moi, toi. Angus, c'est qui déjà? C'est le... C'est l'avocat ou c'est... le majordome? Je m'en rappelle plus. Là.
Not like this.
Faut que je trouve un autre moyen, non? Parce que là, je vois pas d'autre issue à part utiliser une clé, mais que pour l'instant, j'ai pas, pour l'instant. Je sais pas. Mais là, y a rien à fouiller. Je sais pas pourquoi je reste là encore. T'as rien à me dire, toi?
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her.
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
Ouais, je vais bien. C'est rien que je reste dans le noir là par là. Il faut qu'on retrouve dans la cave, mais il faut que je trouve le mec. Où est-ce qu'il est parti? Je pense pas qu'il est parti par là. On va essayer d'aller par là. Je vois rien là. Ah non, là c'est vers la cuisine, donc c'est pas là. Mais non. Ressort. Où est-ce qu'il a pu pas disparaître lui? Oui, c'est par là. Mais pourquoi il retourne là-bas? C'est pas possible ça. Retourne là-bas. Ah, merci. Viens ici les gamines. encore autre chose à examiner? Non. Ils sont partis où ces oeufs là? Ah.
What is it?
Oh.
I'll get you back.
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit.
Don't go.
Can I just have a few
It's
more
not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste.
Ah mais il est là lui.
Nobody in this house is particularly chatty. Not even when I have an actual question for them. Maybe once I found out what really happened to Father here, I can finally talk to my family and staff about some lighter topics.
D'accord, je peux pas lui parler lui. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire par là?
Oh, stunning. How curious. Come and look at this.
Quoi?
Look, they form a clear circle.
This can't be a fluke.
Well, looks like one of the stones is missing.
A heavy enough stone to weigh yourself down with. Something's carved into each one. I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have. The gardener, Rory. He brought some down from the glass house. We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
Ah bah ça j'ai compris.
To find out who killed her.
To be sure she was murdered.
Rien d'autre à faire ici. Allez go. On avance, on explore, on va voir ce qu'on peut faire.
That's an unusual looking rose. I noticed one lying by the side of the loch.
Aye, that's been me. A flower for the flower of Scahandu, Cecilia.
My aunt? They're for her.
I grew 'em for her. She loved the roses, did Cecilia. No the red ones, though. Made her think of blood, ye ken.
Forgive me, but wouldn't it be more fitting to place them on her grave?
Why, she's no there, is she, laddie? That's not where she rests. And I don't much stand by your modern god.
Rory, what happened to her? What happened to Cecilia?
I'm not in the mood to open old wounds, laddie.
There are some strange markings carved into the stones on the shore.
Runes, aye. I'm old-fashioned, I suppose. Still hold to the old ways.
Superstitions don't gain validity just by being believed in for a long time.
I'd watch that. Your precious science doesn't have all the answers, lassie.
May I have some of the roses, Rory? I'd like to place them on Cecilia's grave.
What's she to you? You didn't ken her.
No, I didn't. But she's family. And besides, Father always spoke fondly of her. He would even smile as he talked about playing in the gardens with her as a child.
He did he? Aye, well, that's good to ken. I should have some left in the glass house.
I'll speak to you later, Rory.
Aye, I'm sure you will, laddie.
Okay.
Sorry, lassie, but you can't go in. It's for family only.
Just hold on a moment.
No, it's okay. I quite understand. You go ahead, and I'll wait here for you, if I must.
Aye, you must.
On va bientôt s'arrêter là, les amis.
I know, it doesn't look like I have green fingers.
Can you tell me about Cecilia? What was she like?
She was a lovely lassie, but she had more than her share of troubles.
Grandfather Edward.
You ken well enough, son.
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that I did.
Did she drown?
She did. Killed herself. Her body was never found. Now all I have of her is my memories. And they are not what they were. And this.
Are these...
Aye, Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful.
I like to think so.
But they seem to be the only thing that grows here.
Looking to break some more locks, laddie.
That is exquisite. Cecilia made this.
She made it, aye. For me. Girl must have cut her fingers 100 times doing it. On the thorns, ye ken.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce charrière? Oh.
You are unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward!
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
He scratched the word Baron into her arm. What a monster.
Ah oui, carrément. Merde. Faut que je le prends au bon moment, le truc. Ça, on l'a vu. Faut que je le prends au bon moment, sinon je rate la séquence. Ah merde. Ah c'est bon. C'est le moment, une fois qu'il a jeté, c'est là où je vais... Là. Ah merde. Non, non, non. Merde. Il faut taper au bon moment. Hein. Allez. Et tape le truc, bordel. Voilà.
Who is that old woman? It takes courage to confront Edward like that.
Okay.
You lied to me.
Who did?
Oh.
Oh, c'est la fille. Il a encore mal au crâne celui-là.
I saw an old lady. She wore a long, flowing dress. Her voice was strong, determined.
Sounds like Rosemary. She was Lady Margaret's mother.
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then you were throwing your arms about like you were fighting something. I couldn't see what. You started bawling and the lassie came in to see what was going on. She tried to settle you, but you just went for her.
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough too, son. Maybe you can. It wasn't her, it was her husband. He was the bother. Couldn't, you ken?
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia for it. For picking the wrong man for her mate.
Okay.
You'll be fine, laddie. You just need some fresh air. This place can get to you.
Ouais, c'est ce qu'on va faire.
I need to know if there's proof to what I saw.
Ah, d'accord, bon. Faut des preuves.
The secateurs should be... Here they are. How could I know? This seems awfully accurate for a forgotten memory.
Okay.
The crack is right there. Edward was furious. Seems like him and great-grandmother Rose didn't see eye to eye.
Okay. Y'a pas autre chose?
These are... dead as dodos.
Hard to raise anything beautiful here, ever since Cecilia's gone.
Bon bah je pense que... y a plus rien. Ouais, plus rien. Normalement on peut partir.
Trust your instincts, laddie.
Ok.
David, are you all right?
Am I alright? I should be asking you. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I don't know what happened.
Don't worry. I faced much worse in the asylum.
She's tough. I don't think it's possible to face her. Sorry again.
Maybe don't leave me outside like a naughty puppy next time.
Yes, quite. I feel like the madness that runs through this family, through these walls, is starting to seep into me too.
I can help you, but you need to open up. You need to start talking to me.
You would not believe me if I told you.
Stubborn. Just like your father.
I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not directly. She drowned herself in the loch. I think that Edward drove her to it.
Old families usually have a skeleton or two in the cupboard.
Yes, but my family has a graveyard full. Whatever secret this family is hiding, it's costing lives. Cecilia, the maid. My father. God knows how many more over the years.
Bon les amis, on va s'arrêter à là, je pense. Pour cette partie, enquêter sur la mort d'Alicia. Bon, c'est ce qu'on va faire lors d'une prochaine vidéo. J'espère que ça vous a plu, likez, partagez et abonnez-vous. Et on se retrouvera pour la 3e partie de Black Mirror. Ciao, bye.